The word confidence is rooted in Latin and it essentially means to trust completely or have complete faith in something or someone. And as recent events, news have shown us, the banking industry has a confidence crisis that is rooted even more deeply in a digital communication crisis. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you how to confidently cross the banking confidence continuum to win the hearts and minds of people within the communities that your financial brand serves by increasing your confidence to communicate confidently in a digital world. Hi, my name is James Robert Lay, and I'm the CEO of the Digital Growth Institute, where we teach financial brands how to level up loans and deposits in the age of AI. If you're a financial brand leader committed to leading people, including both your team as well as your account holders, beyond the current conflict and chaos, this video will show you how to confidently cross the banking confidence continuum by confidently communicating confidence in a digital world. To begin, I want to come to the board because we all live in this continuum between two key points. We all live in this space between pain and pleasure. And simply put, we all want to avoid pain on one side of the spectrum to obviously experience pleasure on the other side. So for example, if I ask you to go record and post a video to YouTube right now to calm the hearts and minds of people in the community that you serve and overcome some of the conflict that they're feeling based upon what they're reading, what they're hearing, what they're seeing on social media, you probably feel more pain than pleasure. But let's consider for a moment as well. Money is inherently confusing for many people. And as a result, more people each year experience the pain of financial stress and anxiety. That's why people are looking for someone that they can trust to guide them beyond the pain of financial stress and anxiety that is, in fact, taking a toll on their health, on their relationships, on their overall well-being, and help them get to an even bigger, better, and brighter future. Here's the thing. People are looking for you. People are looking for your financial brand. But the question is, do they have the confidence that you can confidently lead them, guide them across the banking confidence continuum? Well, the answer to that question comes down to your digital communication skills, as confidence and communication are tightly connected. And I want to break this down together here. The banking confidence continuum. What is this? The banking confidence continuum. It is comprised of 7 distinct elements that can be broken down into 2 different parts. On the banking confidence continuum, you have negative elements, you have positive elements. It could be also negative emotions or positive emotions, negative actions, positive actions. And with pain on one side of the spectrum, pleasure being on the other, you can build a bridge to guide people towards an even bigger, better, and brighter future through digital communication patterns as a financial brand leader with 7 simple steps that I want to break down for you. Let's start here with step number 1, where we're going to bridge complexity with calm. Step outside of everything that you know about banking, that you know about money, just for a moment, and step into the hearts and minds of the average everyday person who does not share the knowledge, the expertise that you have gained over the last 10, 20, 30 plus years as a financial brand leader, perhaps at a bank, at a credit union, maybe even at a fintech. Because our research through digital secret shopping studies continues to find the majority of people feel money is complex. And with all of the recent news about the perceived banking crisis, there is a major growth opportunity for financial brand leaders to use digital communication to provide a sense of calm. However, before you can provide people with a sense of calm, you, as a leader, must first and foremost be calm. You must feel calm yourself. Put another way, be mindful of the words you communicate, the cadence of your communication, and the channels in which you communicate, because all of these must align to meet people where they are within their own journeys so that you can successfully calm their hearts and calm their minds. And many times, you can calm hearts and minds with a very simple and empathetic statement. Statements like, we understand how confusing all of the news that you're hearing, what you're seeing, what you're reading on social media. We understand how that makes you feel about money, about your money. And you might be concerned and thinking to yourself, is my money safe? Will my bank fail too? Will my credit union fail too? Here's the thing. Empathy and the ability to communicate empathy in digital world through mediums like video, it is a strategic capability for financial brand leaders to learn, to grow, and then to expand. Because once you communicate empathy to calm people's hearts and minds, you can then move on to step number 2, which is to bridge confusion with clarity. When you bridge confusion with clarity, this is where your knowledge and expertise comes into play. Because by sharing your knowledge, by sharing your expertise that is, I would say, is framed around specific questions people have about the perceived banking crisis, you can increase the confidence that they have in you, they have in your financial brand. As I shared in a recent YouTube video, this is where an opportunity comes into play to go all in on people, both internally as well as externally. And all is an acronym. When we go all in on people, this is where we ask good questions, listen to what they have to say, and learn through observation. And by directly answering the questions that people have, that your employees have, your team members have, that your account holders have, that people in the communities you serve have, specifically through video, you're not only sharing your knowledge and expertise to provide them with clarity, you're making a direct connection with them that leads us to step number 3, to bridge chaos with courage. I want to be really clear. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is committing to do the right thing in the face of fear. And I understand that for many financial brand leaders, communicating confidence through video has the potential to feel scary at first. But this is where I implore you, take heart. Have courage, and take a look at what Patty Asai is doing with her video and her video communication on social channels like LinkedIn and TikTok. Patty Asai is a lender out of California, and she now has almost over 1 million people who are following her on TikTok to learn from her, to gain clarity from her. Because courage is contagious. And by leaning into really communicating that courage through video, you as a financial brand leader has the ability to differentiate yourself, what and more importantly, how you are communicating with others, and as a result, guide people through the chaos that they feel, because courage is required first and foremost before we can lead others through step number 4, which is to bridge criticism with commitment. Anytime there is a banking crisis, there is going to be a tremendous amount of criticism floating around. It's human nature. People want to point the finger, blame the problem on other people. And many bankers, afraid that they're just end up in the crossfire, simply bury their heads in the sand and wait for the pain to end. But that action shows a lack of courage. And silence speaks volume. This is where you can bridge criticism with commitment to continuously provide a sense of calm by communicating courage with a commitment to continuously communicate with people digitally. Once again, we must meet people where they are. However, when you begin communicating with people digitally, especially if you're using mediums like videos and podcasts, you're probably going to get some criticism. And the biggest critic, the one who stands in the way more than anyone else, is yourself. This is where you must bridge your own criticism with a commitment to continue forward. And that commitment, your commitment, must be rooted in guiding others beyond their pain. In this case, financial stress, financial anxiety, confusion about the current banking crisis, and commit to get them to an even bigger, better, and brighter future. But you don't have to be the only one communicating a sense of calm, providing clarity, sharing courage alone. This leads us to step number 5, which is to bridge conflict with community. There is an opportunity for others on your leadership team to lead the way alongside you. Other lenders, other leaders, other advisors. Put another way, there is no better time than now for your financial brand to truly become social, to be a social brand on social media by communicating courage and confidence together as a team, as an organization. Because together, when you are all communicating, when you're all sharing help, when you're all providing hope, you will build the confidence of account holders and other people within your community. Now, I understand that this idea will take a tremendous cultural shift. But we must remember that communication now, for so many, is digital first. Whether that be employees, account holders, people in the communities that you serve. Because no longer do people get their news, their primary news, like they did in the old days of broadcast when it was just ABC, NBC, or CBS. And that is even more true for younger generations like millennials, like Gen Z. ABC, NBC, and CBS have now been replaced by TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And when we remember this, this is when you can provide people with a sense of calm, along with clarity, by communicating your knowledge and expertise to the digital community for people who live within the communities that your financial brand serves. But James Robert, not everyone on our team is going to be on board for communicating like this. Well, that's okay, because that brings us to step number 6. Bridge complacency with collaboration. Once again, you do not have to do this alone. You do not have to communicate confidence alone. Find those who share a similar perspective, a belief, a purpose as you internally, and together you can build a cohort, an internal cohort where you can collaborate together to communicate confidence by sharing your knowledge and expertise at scale through social media channels, because this comes back. This type of digital communication comes back to reach, to speed, and to scale. This is where 1 + 1 begins to equal 10, but you don't have to do this alone. Look for people to collaborate with together internally. And it could just be a group of 3 or 5. Maybe even 10 to begin. And it does not have to be the entire organization out of the gate. However, I do recommend uniting as a leadership team to make this commitment to digital communication together, because as a leadership team, it is your actions that speak louder than words. If you commit to communicate digitally as a leadership team, others will be paying attention to your actions. I also recommend that you collaborate with someone outside of your organization as an objective coach to guide you through the steps so that you can confidently communicate confidence digitally, because it is a different skill set and it will require practice. And you will want to fall back on old communication patterns and habits that make you feel comfortable, especially if you've never shared your knowledge or expertise on a consistent basis digitally. The good news, too, is that you can look to collaborate and learn from others who are already confidently communicating confidence digitally, like Jill Castilla, Keith Costello, Greg Martin, Jennifer Beeston, Patty Asai, Paul Long. These are all digital leaders that I have had some really good conversations with on the Banking on Digital Growth podcast, talking about their experience. And for many at first, communicating digitally was a bit intimidating. It was a bit frightening. But they all had a commitment. They all had a resolve to lean into their own fears by focusing on guiding others towards an even bigger, better, brighter future. So I do recommend, at a minimum, go to LinkedIn, connect with each one of these leaders, because they are very active. And once again, you can learn a lot from them by observing how they confidently communicate confidence digitally by just watching. Because all of this combined leads you to step number 7. Bridge cowardice with confidence. To confidently communicate confidence, you must first and foremost be confident in yourself. Once again, that word confidence is rooted in Latin and essentially means to trust completely or to have complete faith in something or someone. And in this case, it is yourself. Because to communicate confidence digitally and confidently communicate that confidence digitally, you must be confident in yourself. Once again, the word confidence is rooted in that Latin root. You must believe in yourself. You must trust yourself. And I understand what I am asking many of you to do is, in fact, change your habits of communication. And habits are nothing more than repeated actions that are informed by your feelings, by your emotions, derived from your thoughts, rooted deeply within your belief system and structure. And I know your initial response when asked to change will most likely be some form of resistance. What I'm asking you to do is not impossible. It's not too hard. And I know some of you are going to say, no, it is too hard. I am too busy. I don't have time. You might even be thinking I'm too old now to learn something new. Truth be told, that is the coward inside you, holding you back from confidently communicating confidence to others, especially in a time of crisis. And a long time ago, Marcus Aurelius once wrote, quote, The most despicable form of cowardice is self-pity. But it does not have to be this way for you. Because as recent events and news have shown us, along with our own primary research, the banking industry does, in fact, have a confidence crisis that is rooted deeper in a digital communication crisis. And I am confident in you, as a leader, that you can confidently overcome that voice inside your head holding you back from confidently communicating confidence to provide a sense of calm by sharing your knowledge and expertise as a financial brand leader, to provide clarity, to guide people beyond the pain they feel from financial stress, from anxiety, towards an even bigger, better, and brighter future. For more insights like this in the future, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, and then share this video with just one other person you think who might find value from this thinking. And they'll thank you for helping them. You can also tune into the Banking on Digital Growth podcast or grab a copy of my book, Banking on Digital Growth, on Amazon, where I share a strategic marketing manifesto to transform financial brands. Until next time, and as always, be well, do good, and make your bed.